Hello everyone and welcome to the second part of our Pikachu tracing video. In this part of the video, I'm going to show you guys how to create these black outlines as well as create circles instead of trying to do the same thing with the pen tool. So I'm going to start by teaching you guys how to create circles because this is the next biggest shape on Pikachu. Instead of using your pen tool, right next to it there is the shape tool, where we can click this little drop-down menu and select the ellipse option. Before I go ahead and use my ellipse tool, I want to make sure that my settings under inspector are all right. Right now it says that I have a fill, but I don't have a border, so I do want to change that. I'm going to click on the little trash can next to fill to get rid of it, and I'm going to click on the plus button next to border to bring mine back. If you want the exact same color, which it doesn't really matter what color you choose, you can go ahead and click on this little turkey baster or eyedropper and then click on one of the outlines that you did before and it will identify that color for you. For some reason it does shoot you back to the black arrow after you change the color of the border, so you just have to go back to the ellipse tool one more time and you'll see that it has been changed. Then I will bump up the width just so I can see it more easily to an 8 pixel. And now when I'm finally ready to use my ellipse, I'm going to go ahead and center my cursor in the middle of the circle that I want to create, which is right about here. I'm going to hold Alt or Option on my keyboard, and then I'm going to click and drag outwards to create this circle, like so. Then I'll do the same thing here. Go back to my ellipse tool, hold Alt or Option, and then click and drag out. If it's a little bit off, you can always use your arrow keys to move your shapes as well. This is me using the left, up, right, down, whichever one you want. Now there are smaller circles within Pikachu's eyes that are the highlights, so I'm going to go ahead and make those as well with my ellipse tool. Just hold Option and click and drag out. Again, hold Option and click and drag out. And now I'll make these little shapes on the insides of Pikachu's eyes with my pen tool. You don't have to follow it exactly if you don't want to do these little line parts, but you can just make kind of a bean shape like this. And then again, it's warping the other side of my pen tool, so I'll hold Alt and pull this in so it's normal again. Now I want to create the inside part as well. It's kind of a lighter brown color. You just want to make sure that you avoid clicking over a path that's active right now. So like this path is active. Notice when I click over it, it just wants to add a point. So if I clicked directly on it, it would just add a point to the existing path instead of starting a new one. What you want to do is just go to your black arrow, click somewhere else, and then go back to your pen tool. So now I'll just make this little bean shape for Pikachu's eye, and again hold Option to just fix that little thing that's coming out. So I'll do the same thing here now. I'll just create this little bean shape for the dark brown part. And then I'll just create this little one right here. You don't have to go to your black arrow and then back to the pen tool. You can just click somewhere empty and then create your shape. Now for the last part of our tracing, we have to create these black outlines. In order to do this, we are going to pretty much follow the same strategy that we did for the arms. Once we finish creating the shape, we're just going to hit Escape to exit the pen tool. So I will start with a mouth. I'm going to just click to begin, create this curve, anchor, and then create the second curve. And now you just have to hit Escape on your keyboard. Then I'll move on to the next one, back to the pen tool. I'll start here, click and drag, and hit escape. If you don't want to keep clicking here, then you can also just press P on your keyboard to access the shortcut for the pen tool. So then I'll just click here, click and drag, and hit escape. Then there are these little tiny ones up here. Hit P on your keyboard, make these little tiny lines, hit escape. P again, there's a really small one right here. Hit escape, P, hit escape, and then you can just do the ones on the toes, and that's it. I'll go ahead and do those and just speed up the video so you guys don't have to watch the whole thing. If you've gotten this far, you are now officially done tracing Pikachu. In the next part of the video, I'm going to show you guys how to fill it in, finish it up, and turn it in. See you in the next one.